case anybody's curious. Mentally, I'm still in about June, so I'm a couple months off.
Just a few months.
Just a few months off. If you're M80, you're hoping this is the last map, and I don't know, maybe Soniqs hope it's the last map too. I don't know where their mental is at, but I almost am certain that they would like it to continue. M80, though, goes to a very comfortable map of theirs, but they haven't won it, if I heard correctly, on the desk. Or is that Cafe? That might be Cafe. I might be confusing the two. I was hastily scribbling down notes. Operator bands rolling in. Ying band out. A shield operator, but not the shield operator you'd think. Osa removed.
Interesting.
If I'm M80, I'm banning Monty against Kino. Like, if I'm the other four, other four people on the team, I'm like, man, I gotta overrule you here.
I mean, they're starting an attack, so in 20 seconds time, Parker, I might start seeing it being brought out again. We'll have to see.
If we go into round number 1 and he picks Monty and he sticks with it through the operator repick, I am standing up from my desk and I am never coming back.
He's gonna retire.
That will delight some people that are currently watching this broadcast, but I hope that for most of you, you understand the devastation that that would cause to me as a human being.
But you have no choice, of course, in the matter. You have to do it. You must. What a hero. So far, so good. Kino's in the capital. Surprised that M80 went for the OSA ban because, Gunnar brought out 2 times. Previous on Skyscraper, maybe just a single, actually. And it wasn't successful. The impact's always there from M80, always had C4s, shut down the entries. Like, there's no way to use the OSA effectively there, honestly, from what we saw. A Clubhouse, different ballgame. From Skyscraper, that's a very defender-sided map, to a map that is arguably attacker-sided if you are good at attacking on it. That's the thing.
Isn't every bomb site attacker-sided if you're good at attacking it?
No, I actually disagree with that. Like, you can be good at attacking, what's it called, Armory Throne on Theme Park. You're not gonna win, it doesn't matter. It's freaking impossible. You can be good at attacking team on Skyscraper, you're still gonna get a 3-3 half at best in most cases. I believe, generally speaking, if you're in a phenomenal attacking team on Clubhouse, you should get like the 5-1 halves easy. Because the difference is, strategically on Clubhouse, there's always a correct way to play the round and a wrong way to play the round. If you don't have major mistakes happening and you play a solid round on attack, you will always find yourself winning. Of course, gunfights can go the wrong way, yada yada yada, can also happen in an FPS game, but I don't believe many maps actually breaks down this way because of how much strategical depth that this map offers. So yeah, well, you can be technical and say that every single, bomb set map, if you're good at attack, would be a good attack inside. Clubhouse is just like very much like this. I mean, what's this, basement? You do a roam clear, right? Break the soft floor.
Usually.
Open up the hatches.
You do a roam clear, yeah.
Yeah, you drop down, you deny the plant deny, the C4s, and then all of a sudden you play postman from kitchen vertical play. You can't lose. The big issue right now is, okay, first step, are there any roamers in defense? Well, we know there are, but the jammers are gonna stop those drones early on and make it hard to figure that out. Then you gotta, clear them out or force them back. Well, good news for M80. Soniqs, they just, okay.
Did you see the way the operators were, the way that Rexon was staying there and Gunnar was over him and they were both activating their phone? It literally was like a, hey bro, you gotta check out this video.
Yeah, it's like a phone party. But that means the roam is just, it's wasted a bit of time on the clock. So now the ABCs, right? Hibana is gonna deal with the hatches. Bog is gonna start working at vertical construction inside of kitchen. You can do so from office all the way top floor if you want to, by the way, for extra safety. Not that Gomez has started yet. And then they gotta figure out, okay, where does the attack want to execute from? So a ton of options here. But again, if you excel on the attack inside, there are so few ways for defense to find a way back into these rounds. 1 minute left to go. Macy, they got 1 grenade left, the cap's on fire, and Buck has just started that soft destruction. But the Valkyrie camera could be the issue here. The intel is so clear from the side of Soniqs and side of Kitchen. They know if they're gonna commit to the hatch. They know if they're gonna be in those soft holes. So they can't really fake it out from M80. They gotta commit to something.
You don't want to get restless. Not that I think that SQ is going to. Kino looks like a hot drop is ready by this B-bomb chassis. Closest blue silhouette looks like it's Citizen, and that's somebody who, at any given moment, can completely change away or change around the round for you. Kino's looking for the drop. You can hear that nitro cell. Smokes to go out. Kino drops. Diaz dies first. Rexon follows. There goes Kino. Grixer dies. It's just a flurry of kills.
5 seconds left.
Spoit is boxed out of the bomb site. SQ with a big advantage. And Citizen goes huge. SQ takes round number 1.
So, speaking of, if you're really good at attacking, it should be looking pretty clean. 2 people just snake dropping a hatch in kitchen and 2 people dropping the blue hatch. That's not really a clean way to do it, right? There's no easy way in, no dirt control, no crossfires, and again, no real pressure being established onto the defensive side. So very easy round there for the defense of Soniqs, and it has been a case of the attacks is looking a little bit messy on these rounds. First in the Skyscraper, okay, the first round on Clubhouse, but the attacks is kind of where the teams have to sharpen up here in this best of 3 series.
What game is that in the background?
I thought it was Smite for the first glance, but I also don't think it's Smite. I was thinking the same thing though.
While we don't have a ton to talk about because we are still in this first round, these teams are going to be playing for... Oh,
that's not Smite, no. I have no idea what
I think he was playing Football Manager earlier, but that is certainly not Football Manager.
It looks like he's riding a cloud and there's a big tree in front. Like, what is that? I have no idea.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Interesting.
The LCQ brackets are out, by the way, and in case you haven't seen them, or North America, because that's the only league that matters, which will eventually go on to win the Atlanta Major because we're on home soil. All the other regions suck. We don't care about them.
Damn. Yes.
Bracket is out, by the way. Beast Coast Wild Card. Mirage, Aerial Arise, that's the top of the bracket. Space Station versus LG. And OXG versus Karn & Co. That's the bottom of the bracket. So you've got 3 pro teams on both sides with Aerial Arise up in the top, Karn & Co. in the bottom. SSG versus OXG could be a very exciting rematch in the bottom. As for the top, Wildcard going against the 2 lower ranked teams of Beast Coast and Mirage must make Wildcard very happy. Bottom of the bracket by my... And I'm not casting the LCQ, so I can say this because I'm not going to be biased. I don't really care. Bottom of the bracket's way harder. Look at what we have here, by the way.
I was
so busy talking about it that I could not control my anger. If Kino dies to Geo on this position in Rafters, I'm gonna scream into my microphone. Okay, thank you. Spoit kills off Geo, and now looks for another kill inside a garage as Kino has made his way to the very top of Rafters. All the while this is happening, there's at best 3 players on site as Gunner is going for the deepest roam of his life. He'll get very close.
Let's proceed.
This is a Gym defense. Gunner now in sight as well. Okay, so there should be 4 players over by Gym and Bedroom.
I mean, bit troublesome, right? Because now the defense is giving up pretty much the entire map in control to the attackers. Gomez is downstairs in that main staircase, still thinking Gunner is somewhere in the basement, but he's not. Kino's rotated over to the Jacuzzi with the hop breacher, Iconic as well, Diaz rather. So this has made it closing in from all angles, plus they have Monty Grant into start that mini execute to get into the bomb side. This is going to be a very difficult round for Soniqs. They got no C4s, no impacts, no nothing, no smoke. It's just all guns and that's it. Up against the Monty, up against 5 enemies, and they're playing so close to one another. They have no space to work with. They're completely clumped up into a ball. When they made it into this building, it's gonna be chaos.
There's damage being done to Gomez as the vault comes in from M80. They win their duels, all right. It's only Rexon left. No flawless round for M80. Rexon could still save his team. But M80 are prepped and ready for it. They cover all the angles, and the howl let out by Iconic tells you the full story. M80 answer back on that Gym Bedroom execute from above. They tie the game.
It's very clean. All it took was to clear off Geo on the kettle rafters. Now is really it. Gunnar tries to support, but couldn't really find any value in the round. And again, when your 4 defenders stuck in very close proximity on the bomb side in that scenario, you just don't have a lot of angles to work here. Didn't have bar control, couldn't go for a flank, and Tigers is close in. Clubhouse is going to give you very specific ways to kind of play on defense, very specific areas of the map that you can't really have in your control. And typically for gym defense, the one thing you can do is that you can extend into that cache CCTV side of the map. We saw Gio go for a further extension playing that catwalk rafters, but the one operator you really don't want to deal with there is the Monty. Because you can't do anything about it. Gio's playing Melusi. No impact grenades. What are you supposed to do? No teammates, no backup. You just die. Just lay down. It's over. That was really it. Maybe they build off that early lead in man count and just take it all the way to the side and storm it down. Good entries and a great collateral there for my Connie to start things off.
Yeah, absolutely. Kino playing a more conventional operator. We were on Kino watch. Uh-oh. I got an opportunity to do this. Laxing talked about it on the desk, so I'm going to do it. Breaking news! Kino's playing a normal operator.
Ooh. That's your, huh? Alright. He's got a gun? That's crazy. He's got EMPs, soft breach, he's got drones? Okay. Seems like a pretty strong operator to me. There's a mute on the board. Decent value to be had here, but Thatcher is more of like a what if operator, you know? What if the enemy plays Kaid? What if the enemy plays Bandit? Because you don't always know. You can hide those operators on the bomb side and make sure they don't get droned out. And by picking up the Thatcher, you just basically ensure that the walls that you want to get opened up, they will get opened up. And that's Clubhouse for you. You're always gonna deal with hard destruction relatively early in the round on every single bomb site besides basement. Because that's those exterior walls on Jacuzzi, connector / construction, on CCTV. And that's the first step always. The walls can open up, they know what they want. Many can set up now, watch those rotations on the side and look for a free kill, while the Retero drones goes in and do the self-destruction work. Gio once again, the first man in battle.
Oh, poor Gio.
Round?
He persists. It's bold. He gets droned out, pops up. They don't punish him for it, though. Gio actually could have very easily been picked off from that position in bathroom. Instead, he lives to see another day. Second attempt now for Soniqs to win this bomb site of Gym. Oh my, Spoit. Not good enough, and you're gonna pay for the fact that you let Gio stay in this position for as long as he has. He's still prone underneath the exploding wall. Oh. Maybe that's why they put him on Monty. Never mind.
No, push it. Oh, yeah, it was enough. Oh no. Oh, poor Kino.
Poor Kino, man. What a matchup this is. Despite that, he's still retrievable. Gunner is gone. But the three most potent threats for SQ still remaining. Grixer spotted one of them. That nearsightedness cannot stop M80 from getting into position. Grixer will see the heals, a bite away. Diaz is still standing. Flashbang's going out. There's a bit of a pause as Rexon gets in on the action. Taken out by Iconic. He's feeling one. Soniqs sweep through, and they will do what they couldn't do the first time. Win Gym. They regain the lead.
I just want to praise Gio. I mean, the wall gets opened up, he has no ADSs, he gets thrown down, he sticks around, fights the breach, gets a kill, prones once again, and yeah, he dies eventually, but then he also kind of technically gets a second kill by somehow hypnotizing Kino to walk into a frost mat that kind of obvious that is there, and at the same time it's not, and it's just like the chaos in the comms, right? The drone out Gio, he swings, he gets a kill, bathroom, wow, and then, you know, Kino does the intro job, he gets in on the safe angle, and it's like, it's safe, right? Let me just reload, I'm dead, and he knows it sucks. They made it fall apart. They seem very dependent on getting the opening kill and having that early lead in mankind. It kind of makes sense because when you attack the bombs directly like they currently are, it comes down to the crossfires, always favoring defense. If you're playing that 4 versus 5 on attack, it's even harder to break those lines. Back downstairs to basement we go. M80, they're looking to change it up. They've been trying this Monty so many times. We've been talking about it, criticizing it, making fun of it a little bit. Sorry, Kino. But Iconic on Blitz usually means it's a banger of a round that we're going to see. It can be fast-paced, chaotic, when that execute comes in. And Iconic, he loves being in the middle of those. Leading the charge for his team, playing, you know, on the enemy lines, always kind of stepping in and stepping out. Of course, first that hard destruction, dirt tunnel gets opened up, roam clear commences as well. Soft destruction, well, just a buff, no sleds, that means no grenades for all the attack and lineup. It can be difficult to deal with some of these player positions on defense, given the fact that there are no nades. Kino's got the fireballs and Cavitao, just like last time in basement, but that didn't really do all that much.
It's a nice cam view. Lots of places that you can put these Valkyrie cameras inside a kitchen, inside of a bar area as well. You know the default's gonna get shot away at. Diaz having one of his slowest starts over the last, God, it's gonna be like what, the last 7 or 8 maps that we have seen. If he can turn that one around, especially on defense, then that will obviously be win to the sails of M80.
A bomb has been
Because of the way that this matchup has gone, Soniqs have only needed to show 2 single bomb sites so far. They've succeeded on both. They looked much better first time that they went on to church than probably either of the times they defended Jim. A lot of that was because of the lethargy shown by M80. M80 making good pace here, though.
Reload.
It's a little over a minute to go. Citizen will assume the same position behind boxes that he was at before. A failure to get rid of him from that spot will be the undoing of M80, as he was stellar the previous defense, picking up 3 kills, completely destroying whatever opportunities M80 had at their disposal.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Tried to play beneath that kitchen hatch, but Citizen falls off it. Here we see Iconic on the blitz with no backup, and he's all alone. Can be a trouble position for him.
Nope. Oh my, Iconic ripping right now through dirt. A drop from Diaz. M80 just cleaning up. Diaz had an opportunity. The smoke will take him away. All right, well, that one was done flawlessly. Seems like these teams relatively evenly matched. 2 defenses of Church for Soniqs, only one going their favor. 2 defenses of Jim, only one going their favor. Tie game yet again. Now, if you're Soniqs, do you go back down to Church or do you roll the die on one of the other 2 sites we haven't seen?
Good question. I mean, I think out of White Basement, they haven't really changed much up between the first and second time they played it, and you can tell now that they got different ways of figuring things out, right? They bring the blitz that time, it's much more successful, they clean out dirt, they get the follow-up kill on AKs, and the overall execute just much more coordinated. I personally am a big bar enjoyer, you know, a bomb set where you can like really play the map around and roll around and extend up. When it comes down to preparation here, if Soniqs think that M80 they are significantly weaker at attacking a specific bomb site, that's what you should go for. So the comments from Citizen calling out the shots there. But this starting Joe position C, yeah, CCTV will be the place to be. We saw Gio play Catwalk Rafters last time against the Muncie, it didn't go so well. M80, they're done with their shield shenanigans for this round. Capitals are stable. And the thing is, normally when you look at professional play of Siege, or competitiveness even, when you see a Sami and like a Wamai or a Jaeger, you're always almost going to avoid that Catwalk Rafters attack as much as possible. It is so hard to deal with. The thing is, Soniqs they do have the Asami keeper barriers, but they don't have anything to stop any grenades or fireballs from just completely destroying that position of the map. So maybe they are pretty much fit to attack the Catwalk Raptors if we so want to.
Raptors opened up briskly, but Spoit, in the same circumstances as when he stared down that breach on Jacuzzi wall, will die without affecting much beyond that. Despite it all, 5 kills for Spoit through 5 rounds is very respectable. I remember you and I were talking about Shaiko at one point where he had something like he averaged 1 kills per round, and we were just agog at that, about how good that number actually is. The fact that Spoit has 5 kills through these 5 rounds and has had very limited impact outside of his utility work through 2 rounds is quite impressive. And of course, I don't want to undercut how impressive it is just to get the wall open, period, but I mean, there's no denial from Soniqs. So in this instance, opening up a wall with zero denial doesn't really take a world champion. Let's put it that way.
He should be able to get the job done. But again, playing a man down at CCTV, and you see Soniqs, they're just looking for these engagements constantly. Yellow pings come out, we'll put with cameras. We saw Geo swing out, Grixel swing out, see if they can get those cheeky kills. They already got one though. Do they really need another? Not entirely sure, but they get anyway. It's Kino off the board. Those capital fireballs not gonna clean out Rex any longer. It's gonna be safe in this kind of Raptors now. Almost impossible to clear out his position.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you have to get the diffuser. That's the bigger issue. Unless you want to go for kills. You're going to be running against the fact that there are Valkyrie cameras. This round for M80, if they're able to be competitive in any way, shape, or form, it will simply be because of the skills of these players, not because of the structure of their attack. Soniqs have an absolute chokehold on this round. Now goes Grixer to Gomez. Right now is fighting on the breach. Rexon's still in this very powerful position. Look at the shadow. He knows you're there. You can see the shadow. Wow. Oh, Iconic somehow wins the duel. Hold on a second. I just said it's going to come down to your ability as players. You tie things up in terms of man count. Leave it now to Diaz and Gomez. We're going to die from a single huff of that gas. The last one being thrown out by Geo. Diffuser retrieved, but running up those red stairs,
5 seconds left.
impossible. There's no way you're going anywhere close to that. They'll hit the barbed wire looking for a pick, but SQ lock them out. Back and forth we go on this map. Neither team able to shake one another. The first time defending CCTV cache, and the only time, as it will be locked for the final defensive round of the Soniqs, proves to be a success for the defense.
Those Valkyrie cameras really proving to be very useful here. And classic Citizen again. I mean, he loves to just pick up the Valkyrie, go into custom games, finding cheeky camera positions. And a good Valkyrie player will know the good camera locations. A great Valkyrie player will have different locations to put the camera that will grant you the same kind of intel, especially for like a certain room or a flank or an area of the map. And it just allows Soniqs to kind of sit back, use the camera intel, and then make an active play instead of dry peeking, areas and taking those risks. If that's an attacker holding you, they usually know. And that's the thing. When you're defending CCTV, you can choose what you care about. Again, the main breach, heavy on intel. Catwalk, rafters, heavy on intel. And downstairs and lounge slash bar, heavy on intel. So it means the three areas that the defense of Soniqs cares most about, they have information. And they could pretty freely roam around the map because M80 are pushing from just one side. There's no flanker or lurker right now from M80. They could heavily benefit from playing the Nook, for example. Go for a flank, go in strip, go into bar, backstab Diaz or Gomez downstairs, for example, or something along those lines. Instead, it's Geo getting very active on this map. He's roaming, he's extending out, now he's playing the Vigil, go for a spawn peek. He's everywhere right now on Clubhouse. I love to see it from him.
Geo loves that strip club part of the map on defense. On TSM, that was where we remember him very fondly playing with the castle, but times that Soniqs have gone here before, he likes it, doesn't matter the operator. He'll be well attuned to waste some time. Citizen controlling a relatively easy to use gun, and down goes Iconic as there's a run out from Citizen inside a freezer. Debilitating. But if there's an operator that isn't particularly consequential in terms of utility, it's a Jackal. I mean, this is a downstairs defense. When you're going after Church Arsenal, you know where most of them are going to be. And right now, it doesn't seem like there's any significant issues that a Jackal might have to deal with. There is a roamer upstairs in Gunner, the kill hole over the hatch. Whether it's to kill a player or to kill the utility, that remains to be seen. At the halfway point of the round, Soniqs looking to go out 4-2 on their defense.
Oh, that got both the Selma charges. Of course, Diaz does Deus Ex Cairo, so it shouldn't be a problem, but again, just further stalls out the round in favor of Soniqs and Gunner with the flank. Geo inside up bar again. Jackal could have been useful here to find the roamers because of flank. It's coming right now. It's a free kill for Gunner.
Oh my, and Gunner running down the stairs. Down goes Gomez. Maybe the Jackal would have helped. Hold on a second here. Kino breaches on in. Citizen picks up his second kill. Diaz and Spoit Both inside a dirt tunnel. Citizen has
bomb
this
has been
cross.
located.
These could be kills 9 and 10. Does he get them? No, he's slaughtered by Spoit. And Spoit does it again onto Gunner. Ahead of the Azami, just narrowly evading his gaze. Geo is there for backup. They've got some marks inside the site. Spoit holds the diffuser. 40 seconds left. Not dire that the plan isn't going down yet. So we'll have to get in on the action. What happened?
Swung through the door and died
guess.
first.
Terrible end to that round, and a bit of an interesting predicament. I would have loved to have seen, is that just a misplay, or did Diaz get spooked by, his teammate? I don't know. That's something that we just don't have information on. Not entirely certain that Soniqs won the final moments of that round. As you can see, long faces on the side of M80, but I mean, hey, a win's a win. You're going to take it either way. First half goes in favor of Soniqs 4-2.
Surprise start. I mean, this is M80's pick. Not the most confidence-inspiring attacking side from them. A little bit of sloppy and back and forth. But I will say, the early engagements here is Citizen, Rexit, Geo, Gunner, always just looking for kills. Like whether it's a run out or a spawn peek or just seeking those fights, stopping maybe from achieving their plan. Phenomenal stuff. The team kill looked like Spot was trying to cross those third box / dummies to try and go for a plant because blue was double reinforced. And the second Spot started sprinting, one of the defenders swung the blue single door and Diaz was inside the dirt holding that exact same angle. Unfortunately though, Spot put himself between his teammate and the enemy that he's supposed to be covered from. He dies first, it looked like. Maybe they had a great, I guess, attempt salvaging that round, and it came close, to be honest with you. But not close enough. Soniqs in their first attack, they bring the IQ. They saw how strong the Valkyrie was in their hands. That was very funky, actually. He shot backwards. So they pick up the IQ now to do the counter intel. And I love this from Citizen. I was like, M80, send the plane through strip, go for those flanks with the roam clear. Yeah, it's a basement. There's not gonna be a lot of roamers necessarily. We know that there aren't really any. But it speaks to a good philosophy from the attacking side of Soniqs. They like to go for those 4-1 sides. 4 people going for that structured roam clear across the map, taking top of control. And one lurker somewhere else who can kind of capture if there's a guy who's gonna drop a hatch, walk down or up a stairs, etc. And again, it's what Citizen does best. When you're playing the IQ as well, you know there's intel on you, any cameras or anything of the kind, Fenrir, Melusi, etc. and get people to your position. Now is the Citizen going, there's no cams, guys. We're good. There's a Jaeger, ADSs, we're my disc, we're chilling. And really, really quick pace. 1 minute 45. Self-destruction started up. Power's almost hit those hatches. And maybe you're not really contesting anyone in the map, they're just waiting on the bomb site for that execute start. I'm not sure I like this, because you're almost basically saying, we don't think you can attack correctly, Soniqs, we're just gonna chill on site. But Soniqs, looking good so far. I think they know how to do this.
This map was picked by M80, and you think that for most clubhouses, the defenders will win 4-2, so Soniqs do what is essentially the bare minimum / the expected result for you. As we watch this church wall assault, what do you think went well for M80, or do you genuinely think that Soniqs were the better team through that first half?
Mix of both, right? I think maybe they didn't really manage to capture the exact execute, and it seemed like they didn't know exactly what they wanted to do. I like this one from Soniqs, right? Proactive, quick pace, they got the ways in, but this floating below the barricade, I'm not sure that's the angle they want.
Oh my, Rexen with 2 before going down. 3v3 Gunner inside the bomb site. He drops Gomez. Finished off by Grixer. Diaz to try and save this. Things going bad in a hurry, and Citizen comes in for cleanup. M80 getting blown out on their own map at the moment. Soniqs running away with this match, successful on their very first attack.
And that's what I mean. It looks like they just have this clear vision of what they want to do, and it looks so much more confidence inspiring because M80, they're trying to drop down a hatch and they kind of hope for the best. Okay, it started off rough for Soniqs, right? They're proning below a keep a barricade, and at first it looked like, what are they doing? But it made sense. They had made the call, drop down the blue hatch, go for this execute, the same second that Keeper came out, and there's no time to break it. Just prone below it and get in there and distract the defenders. Citizen, such a phenomenal player in this best of 3 series so far. On Skyscraper, sure, Soniqs didn't do the greatest on their attacking side, but after a tactical timeout and Citizen just started taking control in the entry, they're finding so much success. And same here in Clubhouse, he's everywhere. He's there for the roam clear, he's there for the entry, and he's there for the cleanup. Soniqs, they fully commit to what seemed like a bad start to the round, and it pays off for them. Nothing they can do. 1, 2, and 3 with Citizen. Easy cleanup.
Yeah, I don't doubt you, Diaz. I think that face is probably the one that most of you and your fans are feeling. Soniqs not looking to go quietly into this good night, not one bit. M80 have found themselves in this spot before. It may be a bit troubling for them, but I mean, hey, at the end of the day, adversity is just a word. You can always overcome it. Not surprised to see them call their timeout and maybe level their heads now as M80 goes with a relatively standard lineup on defense, and I honestly, I like the Azami pick as well. I've always liked the Azami pick on this map. If she escapes the operator ban phase, the amount of power and control that you get, well, it was witnessed by Rexon actually, and he was in that same position earlier. Of course, he lost a gunfight to Iconic, but that's not because of the setup. That was just because, well, I suppose he just wasn't able to shoot as well. If you don't have explosives, if you don't have any type of fire, so a Capitao, for example, on the board, or coordinating flashes and then somebody pushing up those rafter stairs while blind because there's no magnets or ADSs, in this particular case, just magnets as there's a Wamai on the board, no Jaeger, then you have total control over this bomb site, especially if there's a rotation leading into CCTV, which I have every right to believe there is. We'll get a good look at a second if that's the case, as now the breach is open, and yeah, it looks like you're going to be able to get through that wall relatively easily.
Yep. Maybe just shoot the bottom left panel, but you can do it with any gun. You get on in. In worst case, the wall is soft, so you can make your own hole if you need to. But that's the thing, you're right. If you get garage control, it's an easy way in towards the bomb site. It applies a ton of pressure. And often you also get that opening kill on the catwalk itself, so you get that 5 versus 4 if you're successful. M80, I want to see them be a bit more proactive here, and I like this. They're roaming around, setting up, playing multiple areas of the map. Bomb site, garage rafters, inside a basement, in master bedroom, and construction. They got this triple layer. The middleman helping the two areas often is Diaz or Gomez. Kino the anchor, of course, on smoke. Right now it's Gomez on the catwalk rafters. He's the man of the hour. If he can hold on, he can single-handedly win the round for his team. But at the same time, if he dies for nothing, it's going to be a lot easier to attack this round.
The HUD has disappeared on you, but don't worry, rest assured. It's still there. Somebody, somewhere can see it.
Just not us.
It's just not us, and that's fine. We don't need it. Because we got the player cams. And unless we go to the Polygon wireframe fighting team from Super Smash Bros. Melee, then, well, we know exactly who it is. For example, that's Rexon. That's Gomez. Keep testing me. Rexon will walk up. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. How are you not looking in that direction? Gunner inside now, choking on the gas. Citizen falls, but he's the only casualty so far from SQ. Soniqs looking to push this to the brink. Spoit gets a pick, tries to head out, but Gunner seals the deal. Soniqs, where did you come from? Where was this on your own map? 6-2 right now on Clubhouse. M80 in serious trouble. Cafe looking like a certainty at this point.
I don't understand what's happening in these rounds from M80 because like nothing's happening on the map. So they know they're going to be attacking like the main breach and garage, etc. most likely. And you're sitting on catwalk rafters with a key barrier in your hand, just kind of waiting. Nobody has to cross from green box. No one's playing that, first floor garage. No one's playing lounge. No one's playing pit downstairs. Even though Iconic was in blue in the basement early in the round previously. So puzzling, like, look at this. Rexon just walks up and is so free. Do mind you though, Gunner and Geo, they hit the bomb site entry as well from that parameters at the same time. So even if Rexon wasn't successful, his teammates surely would have cleaned it up. But that prompts the question, with that kind of team play from Soniqs, where is the match from M80? Why are they not playing close together? Okay, let's say they were playing very far off the bomb site. They were. Connector, master bedroom, etc. So their line looked like one catwalk, one side, two master bedroom, Iconic roaming in the basement, off by himself. But still, when you're spread out so thin, you should realize, hey, there's nothing happening in master bedroom. There's nothing happening in the basement. So surely something's gonna happen somewhere, right? You gotta rotate accordingly. Maybe start playing the Valkyrie, you know? Yeah, I know Citizen brought out the IQ, but they need intel. They're walking around blindly right now, and it's punishing them heavily. They're down 2-6. Good news for them, I guess. They won the first map, so they can go to a third, but it's not what you want to do on your own map here. It's just, it doesn't look great.
No, not whatsoever. We know that's Geo because, again, the polygon man. Iconic fighting for his life now on blue, backing away. Phone calls ringing out. Diaz having a bad game, but the rest of the team doing relatively okay in terms of kills, I suppose. These are pretty usual numbers for some of the supporting cast of M80. They just have been outmuscled by Soniqs through and through on every single part of this map.
Loading new mag.
I'm excited to see how these teams go about fighting on Cafe. I'm also very excited to hear how the desk discusses their expectations for Cafe and what they thought went awry here. Because if you're M80, this is your map pick. A lot has gone awry to arrive at this scoreline.
And looks like Soniqs are not slowing down again. Their pace very, very quick. M80 not really putting up any obstacles in the early phase. It's not roaming on staircase, not killing a couple of drones. They've killed a single drone in this round so far. Third tunnel walls are soft. They'll be opened up very easily. Kino, of course, with the Jaeger shotgun, I believe. Yep, there it is. He does have that instead of third. He's gonna hold on strong. There's no blitz in the attack inside to deal with that, so once they realize that Kino is playing in that third position, they might not want to go for it. But they got so many other avenues. Blue, motor, drop, kitchen hatch, main staircase, shoot, you know, take your pick.
Down goes Grixer to Spoit. M80 still very much keeping in this. They're gonna need 4 more picks. And Rexon next one, nearsighted. Sees the Dreadmine, shoots it. Magnets confounding the Capitale of Citizen from above. Spoit's put on the ground. Rexon taking damage. Geo also being beaten as Citizen holds from above, but if he doesn't hurry, he and Gunner are gonna be the last two standing. Now it's Gunner to lose vision as he gets swung upon by Kino, who doesn't have the shotgun out, but the secondary is good enough. Rexon from above, sidearm, M80 doubling up on numbers as Citizen goes for the drop, picks off Diaz, but it's the depth from M80 as they trade back. And M80 still stays in this. They'll need to win 4 rounds in a row to provoke overtime. If not, we go to Cafe.
That's the basement bombs that won from them. That's like the easier one because you have all the tools on your side. You don't have to worry about that much map control. Yeah, you can roam to stall out the attackers, but you don't care about master bedroom in the end. When you go to these other bomb sites, bar, German CCTV, it's going to be a bit more difficult because there's just more things you have to worry about. Again, I want to see them play some intel. Whether it be the Valkyrie or the Echo or something along those lines, simply just more bulletproof cameras and those secondary intel. That can also be good. Iconics in the Valkyrie. It starts off on a good note. See what Soniqs can do. Don't know if Dio's gonna stick that glass. We don't tend to see that in play very often, but there's a time and place for it. If you want to get funky with it. You can of course argue with Soniqs, you know, you're up 6-3. Might as well go for a crazy one-off round where you just do something absolutely absurd and it's not the end of the world if you lose. Or you're gonna say the complete opposite. Hey, you're supposed to winning, just keep playing that same way. Keep playing it nice and tight. Don't make mistakes, don't take any risks. The thing is, when you attack in germs, some risk has to be involved. You're always gonna deal with the roam clear. If you're just gonna stand back and watch the defenders look back at you, you're not gonna get very far. You gotta, like with this drone, you gotta get into garage, take out all control, get that CC breach opened up, deal with the roam, and in a lot of scenarios, you can really build the lead early on here. There's commonly gonna be 2 roamers. There are 2 roamers in details of the main. They're fighting back, but that they're gonna fall off. Play that second line. But let's say they kill both Diaz and Spoit from Soniqs' side. You can get a possible 5 versus 3 in your favor. That's gonna bode very well. Question is, how long are they gonna stick around for? Oh, well, I guess that's it. They're out. 45 seconds.
And now you go back onto the Rotero drones as Rexon has control of Rafters or Catwalk. We use the terms interchangeably, and I expect you to be smart enough to understand that, even if I sometimes am clumsy with my words. Rexon will continue to hunt this down. As you saw the drone go all the way up, they know that Cache is wide open, and there goes the single panel that leads into construction as well from the Selma. As we see all the time, you gotta clear out the other side of the top floor if the bomb site is up here. That means if it's CCTV cache, you gotta clear out jacuzzi, you gotta clear out bedroom, and then construction. The complete opposite of its CCTV cache. You gotta clear out garage, you gotta clear out CCTV, then cache, then construction. The next exothermic charge now to open up the jacuzzi breach is you've seen Soniqs cut through construction in that side of the map relatively quickly and with little challenge from M80 outside of that little skirmish that we saw involving Gunner earlier on.
It's not quick pace. Still minutes to go. M80, they're again just kind of waiting for the attackers to come to them. Not sure that's what they want though. So Iconics, far off the side roaming, but the 4 members are staying here. You see they're all in office right now. All trying to find the playable position, a safe corner, because there aren't that many spots here and you're playing so close together. You have to fight for the favorable spots. Soniqs the first strike. 40 seconds left. Grixer now rotating downstairs. Might meet Iconic in just a second. No.
They're wise to him. Grixer picking off Iconic. And now Grixer can potentially continue up that main set of stairs. Spoit drops Gunner. Now it's Citizen fighting inside of Logi. He doesn't seem to see it. Skewered by his site housing. No, M80 on the board with 3 kills. Geo on the window, trying his best, but Spoit shuts him down. That's 2 in a row. Suddenly, we've got ourselves a match between these teams.
Sucks to suck, so to speak. When you're playing the 4-3 with a zoom scope, you can't see very much on your screen. And of course, if you're zoomed in like Citizen was, you're going to be focused at where the center of your screen is, not the edges of it. Ultimately, I don't think that kill position would have mattered all that much. There were still 3 more defenders left in that round, and his teammate Geo was outside the building on the windows, who couldn't really help him. They couldn't quite help each other. The only thing that Soniqs are missing in these rounds is what I would like to say, like those initiation what do we call them? See, I want a term for this, right? The Yings, the Lions, etc. I call them like the execute enablers or execute starters, etc. And they're not running a whole lot of it. Yeah, sure, they played Lion that round. But Ying is banned all the time these days. And Ying used to be the go-to for every single team to start things off. And it's, pretty simple, straightforward. You get 4 containers, 3 smoke grenades, or hard breach. It's such a great operator to bring. But since it's always banned, what do you bring instead? It's where we see the Capital, the Blitz, the Monty, likely getting a higher pick rate because of Ying's ban rate this season so far. We simply don't get to play her right now. Valkyrie, of course, we saw her a lot in the series from both teams, maybe finally starting to play her as well. The Citizen on Soniqs aside when they're defending, always bring that operator, get the camera set up. Otherwise, they really play well around it. Happy to see maybe adapting it to their own stratbook right now. So as Iconic playing the captain of all things in the CCTV defense. Not a lot of doorways in the map except for the Roman master bedroom side of things, and that is also where he'll be playing. But Soniqs, last time they attacked, it was just in the garage door, in the main breach, and that was it. They won the round. It was so easy for them.
I was worried that the second match, Nick, was going to be a bit of a snoozer when we saw the scoreline go 6-2 for Soniqs, but I mean, teams failing to close out games happens. It happened on Skyscraper. M80 was up 6-3, a very similar scoreline, only separated by a single round, and well, that one ended up going into overtime. Again, just speaking to how evenly matched these teams are. A 2-0 is unusual, to say the least. And I don't expect a 2-0 between these teams whatsoever. Right now, just as we saw from a similar point of view, oh my goodness. The only way for M80 to win this 2-0 is through overtimes. They've got quite the run that they're going to need to go on Excellent job by M80 to bait out one of these players from Soniqs. Now it's Citizen waiting for the gas to linger. Gunner goes down. Citizen will win the fight, but at what cost? Kino falls too. Numbers keeping relatively even. This is good for Soniqs. They've got more work to be done if they want to find these 3 remaining defenders and win outright without a 3rd round in a row going to their opponents.
Locked out of the site. I mean, surely you just gotta get in here and take it back into your control. Iconic's in the basement even. Soniqs don't know this, but if they did, they could just walk in and start planting down that diffuser. Nothing's really gonna stop them right now. M80 might have made a mistake on that deep roam, and they want it so badly, but in this case, it's not gonna be the answer that they need.
There's the diffuser going down by Geo. Can Citizen and Grixter cover well? That's good for Citizen. He gets one. Iconic knows, but now he's pressured on red stairs, leaving Diaz to clutch. Big kill from him, but there's so much more to be done. 2 more players. Diaz has been a clutch machine. Not this time, though. Citizen leveling up his game. The comeback